Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gyms of War Guild Wars Week 30, Day 4. It is a brown day, and today I believe we're finally going to start drifting away from this team that we've been using quite a bit, the Gorgolfa, Guard's Avatar, Prismatic Orb, and Scorpius. One of the reasons being I don't want to have to keep switching over to Bard for 2 days every single week. So we might just completely be ditching this team and going back to some of the prior ones. This, I believe, is our yellow team as of earlier. So let's go and just revamp this back to the brown variant of such, and go from there. Let's get a Highforge in there, and Highforge still isn't mythic. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. Let's see, how should we reorder this? We don't use purple. Let's see, do we go second slot? I think we go second slot Famine. We need an impervious last slot, so good job, King Highforge. And I'm missing something. Banner. Mine's purple banner. +2 brown, +1 red. Is that even useful for us? It is for summoning, though it's not for Gorgolfa. Well, I guess with the +2, that's fine. Is that the only minus purple? Isn't there a second minus purple banner? Pretty sure there is. Or is that the only one? If that is the case, then we will just have to go with it, I guess. And no, I knew for sure there was another one. There it is. The +2 brown, +1 blue. That's probably more useful because it gets us Khorvash. So we will go with that one, and we are good to go. So we'll use the extra slot for that. That is what the extra slot is for. Might as well use it for once. He has a cockatrice too, which can actually help us if he misses. So hopefully he will indeed miss. That would be very beneficial to us. Kraken banner? Yeah, Kraken banner. Hello, JZG. Hello, Lowlight. Hello, Barang. Hello, Candy. Hello, War. Hello, Ben. Welcome. Let's see. You've played the game every day for a year and somehow still haven't gotten Baba Yaga's hut? How is that possible? That is a little bit unlucky. That is one of the more recent kingdoms, but still, if you've been playing for a year, I think it's been out for a year or so. I don't know. I guess it's just a little bit unlucky. It's only an epic, but some of those epics, particularly non-kingdom epics, can be a bit elusive. Not sure when the next kingdom's coming for, or I mean the next event is coming for it. I believe there is one in the near future though. Let me double check. Where's the little document on it? 1 second. They're not wanting to load for whatever reason. I have them up. They're literally not loading. There they are. I did not see it. No, never mind. Its event isn't coming for a while. Nope. That's the illness, car, Urskea, never mind. Its event does not appear to be coming anytime soon, so I guess this hopefully you'll get it from a random drop. You can't even craft in the Soul Forge either, which is somewhat unfortunate because it's an epic, and currently you can only craft legends and mythics within the Soul Forge. Anyways, double check that's brown day. It is, and let's get into it. Gorgolfa, Khorvash, Famine, King High, and see how he does. We've done this before. Pretty much the exact same team. I think I did it in a slightly different order before. Perfectly fine with this current order that we have though. Seems to do what we need it to do. So move that up, get our blues, take a brown, and go from there. He'll scope hook us. And now we can just Gorgolfa and get this team finally rolling. There we go, we got our Khorvash. We'll use that for utility soon. We'll have the Famine, we'll have the Highforge, we got everything now. So we're good to go. Pretty much instant win at this point. Just a matter of when we actually get to win. So we'll throw down we'll just throw damage on the back. Get some down. The stun there does nothing, but we don't really need it to do anything. Kind of just waiting until he takes a little bit more mana here. I guess I could throw a Famine now just to start clearing out some of his slots. So we are going to do that. So we'll get a Famine there. That does not knock it into kill range, but we can do that pretty easily just by taking a simple skull, which I guess we'll do here for the chance of getting red. Then again, both of these locations have a chance of dropping red for us. I think I am going to do this one though. Oh, nope, we got double blue, not double red. Fail. But we'll go for a Khorvash here that will definitely kill it, but also stun the Inferno King. So if we need to try to kill him out, we're going to have a capability of doing so. Hello, Alucard. Hello, Marcelo. Welcome, welcome. If anyone has any questions, team builds you want me to do after the Guild Wars or anything of the such, feel free to leave them on chat, and we'll definitely make sure to do so. And on tomorrow's stream, pretty much you're going to be doing the same thing that we did earlier. Oh, that reminds me, I didn't even upload the stream from earlier. I keep forgetting sometimes because it takes a really random amount of time for it to actually render. Whenever we do a stream, it can take anywhere from like 1 hour before it's ready to go up to like 12, and it doesn't do it automatically. I have to actually do it manually. So sometimes it'll be like ready in the middle of the night, and it's really weird. It's annoying, that is for sure. But we'll go throw down the damage here. Get ourselves a Khorvash. We'll definitely have the famine. All we have to do is poke one single mana. That's definitely within our grasp. And a lot of disabled. This is towards the slower side on as far as teams go. It is relatively safe though. Can we double kill? No, we cannot double kill. We'd have to triple cast right now. I'll throw that now. Throw the Khorvash. That will double kill. And then we just famine. And that's match. There we go. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Rap. Hello, Testaz. Hello, Zach. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Look at those big points. Too bad every single battle wasn't like that. 3,000 something points. I would definitely get used to that. Although if everyone was getting that, then it doesn't really matter at that point. Actually, we are way behind today. What happened? Oh, it's because we haven't done all of our battles. Let's see. If I do all of mine, that brings it, let's just say, to 20,000. Yeah, with 4 people, we should be able to make it. Though I don't know if the other 4 people will actually do their battles. Oh no, we're in 8th. As long as we keep at least 8th, that's actually perfectly fine. How much is the gap? Oh, come on. We need to close that gap. It's a 6,000 gap. Actually, we're probably going to close it by the end of our battles. 6,000? We did 3,000 already. Yeah, there's a chance that if we perfect score the rest of this, we'll actually pass it just with our score to get back to 6. Anyways. Where are my... where did this go? Also, while we're here. Defense. How are you guys doing? Let's see. We have none 01, none 02. And we don't know what the other 2 are until they actually happen. Interesting. Anyways, into the next one, the DJS speed. Oh, never mind. I have no clue why I read that as DJS. The DJ speed. There we go. A little bit of a skull spam team. Interesting. Not quite sure what their reality's there for other than summoning, but we'll go into that. Do you still think your Death Creeping Doom, Green Seer, and Giant Spider team is good in the current meta? Do you still think your Death Creeping Doom... The one with the Green Seer, Giant Spider, Death, and something else? I don't know what the other troop was, but I'm pretty sure that's not really that viable anymore. I'm pretty sure whenever I showed Death teams, they were back when Deathmark had a 0-turn delay. As of several patches ago, Deathmark now has a 1-turn delay. Well, originally it had a 2-turn delay, but then they buffed it to a 0-turn delay. But then that was too powerful, so they nerfed it to a 1-turn delay, and that's what it's currently at now. As a 1-turn delay, it is almost useless, mainly because of how inconsistent it is. Also, if you reapply the stun, or not the stun, the death mark onto an enemy, it will refresh the timer on it. So it will keep just doing the 1-turn delay. So let's say, for example, you were to death mark an enemy every single turn. Like you just back to back to back every single turn you took a skull or something that ends up death marking it. That troop would have a 0% chance to die every single turn because the 1-turn delay keeps reapplying itself, even if the death mark is already on the troop. I wish they would address that eventually. Don't know if they actually will be, but it makes death mark very, very weak. It's one of the whole reasons why they lowered it to a 0-turn delay in the first place. That was a bit too overpowered because you could just randomly lose a troop without having any counter to it whatsoever. But hopefully they'll eventually do a middle ground for it. All they'd have to do is a 1-turn delay, but make it so it doesn't keep resetting the timer every time you re-death mark it when it's already death marked. I'll go move that down. Here's up for Golfa. Get our yellows. And now we can just Khorvash and High Forge. Because we'll need to get all that mana out the way. Last slot could be a bit of an issue. I don't have any quick way of killing it. Oh, I want those yellows. I think we can get away with it. Most of the mana he's going to take is just going to go into his first troops anyways. We'll do that. And yeah, indeed, it just goes into the first ones, other than a little bit of green. So let's throw that down. Anything to take? Not really. Looks like we're going for a famine soon. We'll just do that into a famine to probably kill Uriali. Or, I mean, Uriali. What's her name? Yeah, Uriali. I actually got it right. Ha! I got it right. I don't know why I was second guessing myself, but yeah, Uriali, just so we can go kill it right now, just so it doesn't summon. What is that? 7, 19, 38, and 38 plus 29. That is 67. That is not enough damage. And that's the total amount of damage that it does. So I guess we just go for a Golfa here. still not enough damage because he didn't actually do anything. What else we need to move around? I guess we... Well, I don't want a Khorvash. I think we High Forge into Famine on the last slot and go from there. Oh, a Skull Poke. You know what? Let me take Skull Poke, actually. So, do we Khorvash now or just Skull Poke him? Yeah, I think we Skull. We Skull into red, so we have the extra turn chance out of nowhere. Hopefully. It does give him a Skull, but it's going against Gorgolfa. Ah, we didn't get the extra turn. And now we throw Famine into basically everything. So we throw that down. Hit our Poke. Take the mana first. A lot of mana. Didn't really need it at this point, though. Throw that to the back. And now we just need to tap it into a Khorvash. I mean, Khorvash into a tap. There we go. Hello, David. Welcome. Let's see. Do you... oh, never mind. I already answered that. Any suggestion for a Def team, then? Just got him fully traded. Do you have Crimson Bat fully traded? That's always a pretty fun combo to run with. Crimson Bat, a support troop for your Skull Spammer, a Skull Spammer, and Def. So you could do something like a Crimson Bat, Giant Spider, Keeper of Souls, and a Def. I believe that covers every color. Might be missing one, but something along that line. Crimson Bat, fully traded. A mana generator for your Skull Spammer, a Skull Spammer in third, and then your last slot as the Def itself. Unless you want to use your mana generator all the way in last, but that's only if Def isn't really blocking it. Oh, he's using Nature Sword. I assume that is extra against Browns? Yes, it is. Deals triple damage if they use Brown. So that is a solid 90 damage per cast. Plus it Def marks all of us. We do not have a cleanse other than on Gorgolfa. So that could be a little bit annoying. I also have no immediate way to kill Kraken or to get to Kraken. But I can deny his mana generator and his green. So the only thing we have to worry about is the purple, which we don't actually use. So hopefully that won't get in the way. Hello, Hardcore Paradise. Welcome. Right off the board, we get some reds and some brown. Very nice. That brown right there actually helped save us. Or I don't know if really save is the right word, because we haven't started losing this battle yet or winning it. But that definitely helped, that is for sure. We have High Forge. I have little need to cast it at this exact moment in time, though. Though we would get the value of him not being able to entangle us as much and not get extra turn value as much. So, you know what? I will go for it now. Oh, never mind. I forgot. We can't stun Kraken. You can't stun a Kraken. I also can't take that Skull for the reason of we don't really use the mana. I guess we just go for... I mean, we can't use the Skull because we are entangled. So I'll just go for the blue here. He'll poke us. Not really much to worry about. Looks like he'll get an extra turn here. I cannot stop that because I desperately need that mana. So we'll just give it to him. It's only 3 damage and a little bit of mana for him. He's still 10 mana off, so we still have plenty of time. Khorvash, do we throw you now? I believe so. I don't want him getting that blade off. It will not one-shot it, but it will get pretty close. This will just kill his first slot out. And we get a Famine out of it, so that's pretty much instant win. Unless he goes with a crazy Cascade somewhere here. So we're not frozen because he doesn't have a way to freeze us, so we'll just move that over. I guess we'll take a red to yellow into whatever drops. Nice, extra turn. And do we High Forge now? Do we even need to High Forge? I think I'll just go for Skull. Yeah, we'll take Skull. Oh, I was about to say, I need to kill it while it's stunned. Rip. I have no way of doing that now. It's going to Def Mark us if I kill it. So plan B. Throw High Forge now. Follow that with a Famine. And Gorgolfa into hopefully something to kill that. Also, if we can just extra turn stun that, that'd be great as well. Because if I Khorvash it, the way that Khorvash works is he applies damage before applying his status effects. So unless it's already stunned, even though he has the ability to stun, it'll still trigger its traits. Because you have to stun before you kill it, not after. So if we, for example, throw Khorvash right now, he will Def Mark our entire team. Well, aside from him, because he is immune to Def Mark. And Gorgolfa could cleanse it pretty easily too, but that's besides the point. I want to play it safe and not get herself Def Marked if we can. Oh wait, why didn't I go for Brown? Don't we have a +1 on Brown right now? Should have gone for it. That would have given us a guaranteed chance to have full mana right now. I didn't have to risk it. We already had enough. Well, I'm just going to keep delaying. We can take a Skull there, but for the Def Mark reason, I don't actually want to go for it, and he does, surprisingly. Come on, please, hit the right stun. This is not the one I need you to hit. So, I guess we just Gorgolfa and hope we get lucky. There we go. We got lucky. We got stunned, and that's all we needed. Now we just Khorvash into whatever. But yeah, we'll throw that first, just in case. I don't want it doing something weird. And that is enough to kill off a famine. Though, lucky we hit HP there. That actually wouldn't have been enough if I didn't get the HP. Would have had to throw another Gorgolfa down. You've recently started playing Gems of War, and you've learned a ridiculous amount from your videos. No problem. If you ever have any additional questions, feel free to always leave them, and we will answer them all. We always stream every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we stream Fridays and Saturdays from around 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also do a couple other streams. Like, on Saturdays now we're doing Puzzle Quest, which is another Match 3 game that is made by the same developers. We do that after the morning stream on Saturdays now. Anyways, into this next battle, which is this, our second to last. It appears to be so. Not really finding any too over-the-top teams. We haven't been seeing all freeze. We haven't been seeing like the really annoying Kraken ones. We've been seeing some teams with Kraken on it, but none of the really big metas. Yeah, it's actually pretty tame today. I say that, and we're probably going to get completely destroyed by Humility this time around. Let's hope not. I'm just going to let him take Skull. I'd rather get out on mana before he can do anything. Of course, we would randomly hit our stun on the only thing on his entire team with immune to stun. Good job. I guess we'll just take some mana here. We only get the red if I do that, though. It's not even the mana I need. Still going for it, though. And we didn't get the brown drop, but we do have a brown over here that we can take. So we'll go for that. He does get quite a bit of mana. He can actually kill us pretty easily off of Draculus now that I'm looking at our current situation. It's also far enough back that I can't drain it with anything other than Famine. Though it does look like we just got Famine, so unless he casts right now, we should be good to go. And yeah, he didn't, so we pretty much just win. I'll throw... Do I throw Khorvash yet? Is this into a Famine enough to kill Draculus? 14, 8, 6. That's 12, 26, 52. Is not enough. Well, of course, we can throw that down. Is that enough now? 19, 8, 6... maths, how you work. 25, 33, 66, and 85. He only has 83. So if I did my math right, that should overkill him by 2 damage. We don't get to see that 2 damage, but it should do that. Let me just take that move first. And I'm not going to bother double checking. Let's just assume that's right. There we go, that's right. And now we can Khorvash, take the Skull. Actually, we won't take the Skull, but we can throw Gorgolfa after. So let's throw that down. I don't want him humiliating anymore. So that'll disable him for a little bit, so we can actually hit him without him triggering his magic plus armor buff to all of his allies. Let's just poke him. Get herself a Khorvash, get his mana back up. And yeah, that's pretty much a win there. Looks pretty safe from here, unless Plague just does something ridiculous. He doesn't have enough magic too, though. So I don't think he's going to do anything too outrageous at this point. Hello, Nautical. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I know. Puzzle Quest is quite amazing. We're playing through it right now for like the first time with all the lore, too. Seems to have a pretty interesting storyline so far as well. It was on sale. It isn't at the moment, but I believe it is going to go on sale again, probably for the holidays, like late towards December, like when Steam has its winter sale thingy. Let's see. Do we throw Famine now? Let's be kind of redundant. I wish there was a way to do true damage. And you know what? I'm just taking that Skull. So he pokes us. Now we just poke him with whatever. I guess we High Forge into Famine. Famine is not enough right now. Let me see. That's 39. It would leave him with 8 HP. We'll just throw that down, and that's definitely overkill. And we'll just throw it now. And down he goes. Yeah, that's basically the difference between the two. Gems of War are multiple troops with a single unique spell each, whereas Puzzle Quest is one hero with a bunch of spells. They actually kind of tried doing that into Gems of War, but it didn't really work that well when they did it with Hero. Because their whole point with Hero, it's actually one of the reasons why there is a cost to switching your hero class. They tried making it so you they basically tried to make it so you'd kind of stay with one hero class. That was their whole reasoning behind even having the fee for the 50 gem switch and all that. Because that's the same way that it was in Puzzle Quest, where you basically had to stay with the same hero class. the entire time. So they kind of wanted to bring that to Gems of War. I don't really think they implemented it too well, though, when they end up trying to do that. They have mentioned that they are, in the past, that they may look into completely reworking like the whole hero system and everything, and the whole weapons as well. They mentioned that they might just do a complete weapon rework as far as every weapon in the game. That'd be really cool, whatever that ends up coming to. Maybe they'll even make a mini game that's kind of like how Puzzle Quests are set up, Puzzle Quest 2, and all of them, where you just have one hero and like 4 weapons maybe, or something like that. Who knows? Let's see. How do we go about this? I need mana drains. I think I need it before High Forge, so I'm going to do that immediately. He's using a goblin team, so I have to make sure we disable him as immediately as possible. So right off the bat here, I guess we go for Skull. Unless a yellow falls right there, there isn't really anything bad that can happen out of this. You gotta be kidding me. Really? This is my luck with goblin teams. Okay, I'm not taking my chance next time. We are draining it completely the next second we get. Nope. The only one possible bad thing that could happen there, and it happens. Okay, I need to stop giving him leeway. We're just famining him right now. Or did we Khorvash first? You know what, I'm going to Khorvash first, actually. I want to save the famine as a last resort. Kill him out. He's stunned, so we can't even dodge it. Gorgolfa. Well, no, he might kill Gorgolfa. Luckily, we still have the summoner, but still. Okay, now I think we famine just because he's getting way too lucky for me not to famine right now. Oh, he could have actually hit first slot. I forgot. We stunned it, so we could have... I'm just so used to not being able to hit it. Okay, we can kill it now, so there goes the biggest damage source. We pretty much just win at this point, especially if we get Khorvash back up. Come on, 1 mana. Luckily, that's just sitting right there. We'll move that as well. Do we have a drop? Doesn't look like it. We'll just let him take the skull, throw that into a High Forge. That shouldn't die. Just in case, let me take some mana on it. And kill out that, explode into a skull, and then we win. And if we don't hit into a skull, we just Khorvash him. Okay, and Khorvash it is. And down it goes. Sweet. Yeah, I might start bringing that back for Brown Day. It's what we ran quite a bit in the past. I've been using, of course, the whole Scorpius thing recently, but I've been trying to get away from having to use Bard in 2 Guild War days. Honestly, I'd like to bring it down to 0 Guild War days and just use the Dragon class instead. Not that Bard is horrible. It's actually probably the best class in the game right now. It's just the teams that I've been using with it. I don't know, they've just been a little bit less consistent than I've been wanting. And also, stat gains isn't as important in Guild Wars as it is in PvP, because it doesn't matter if you keep delaying in PvP, but in Guild Wars, of course, you want to win quicker, and stats don't particularly help you for the most part in Guild Wars, because you don't gain any benefit from gaining additional stats. If anything, you're almost helping the enemy in a way, because the more damage they do to you, the less points you'll basically end up getting if they happen to do more damage than you in any way. And that can kind of help it if you have a higher durability than what the enemy has, if you're not keeping up with the damage. And I was finding that to happen quite a bit when we were messing with like the double +2 stats per turn. We were gaining so many stats that were helping us to get really big, huge hits in, but it was also allowing the enemy to hit us more often. Anyways, that's Guild Wars for today. Let's go do dungeons, and yay, we did end up making it by quite a bit margin. Did someone else do a battle in our guild? They had to have. Yeah, there's someone else doing battles. I was going to say, if that was just us, I was going to say, that was amazing. That would mean we had to have scored like 13,000 points. I don't even think that is physically possible. Oh, there we go. Anyways, oops, I didn't mean to do my revenge. Let me go do dungeon. Clear this out. What should we clear it out with? Let me go try that one explore team. I'm kind of curious if that can actually one-shot these battles. I think it can for the first... Oh, we already have it set. Nice. For the first battle or two. Yeah, I know, the Tesla gates are pretty overpowered. Same as Dragon Soul and any team early on in the game, as well as a few other troops. There's about a dozen troops that are just insanely broken in early game, if you happen to get your hands on them. Most early game players don't actually have them, but for the people that do have any of them, it's pretty much just a cakewalk through the entire game, at least until you reach, like, I would say level 300, maybe 500, is when you might start getting some issues again. Extra turn right there. Take that. I don't even think we really needed that, but oh well. And down it goes. Let's see. Firebomb. Yeah, we just throw you immediately. I don't need brown, so no point in taking it. Just waste time. Go for the hits. Not enough to kill, but one more will, so we'll just do that for the follow-up. Oh, wait, how did you not full mana? Well, I guess you were too far away. Oh, come on, no surge. No purple. Oh, yeah, we did. Never mind. Take that. Good, he didn't drain the one that was important, and down it goes. Let's see if we can actually win against the last battle. Probably not, because that's a def, so every turn that goes by, we lose 3 damage. Let's see. Not that good of a starting board, but we'll throw that down. Yeah, that would probably lose this one, actually. We'll see. Put that down. They're pretty easy battles, but if we're using a team like this, we're just gonna die almost instantly. Like, if we lose that, we pretty much lose the battle. Or at least the speed of the battle anyways. Now we just need to keep baiting until we get the right color now. There we go. Reds. Throw that down. That'll kill almost his entire team. How's our HP already so low? We just revived off of it. Where do we move? Where do we move? I think we take a red to the left just to get some of that up. Deathmark could kill us at any time. Ooh, but we could also get lucky at any time. That works too. Seriously. Oh, it's because he keeps draining it, which is why it keeps looking so negative. Never mind, that's why. Aha. Okay. Because I was wondering, it kept going to like a negative number instantly. I knew he had a def, I just didn't realize it was doing that much. I keep forgetting he does a higher value in dungeons than what he normally does. I think it's a 3 reduction instead of, or 4. There's a 3 or 4 instead of the normal 2 that he normally does. It makes quite a bit of a difference though. Yeah, there we go. Grab all of our resources, and that is Guild War and the dungeons. Let's see. In Puzzle Quest, you are really good at forging OP weapons. Oh, yes, there are some really, really broken ones. It's something I didn't utilize in my first playthrough, so I'm actually not sure what the most absolute overpowered things are. But we are going to dabble into some, and I believe I found the really overpowered, one of the 3 really overpowered things that we need. That'll be fun to mess around with. It's really funny how they took the things they did wrong in Puzzle Quest and then did them even worse in Gems of War in a way. There were 2 instances of this that I always find really noteworthy. It's the basically the difference between poison and disease in that game compared to this game. In Puzzle Quest 1 and slightly in Puzzle Quest 2, they made poison and disease way too overpowered. Then in Gems of War, they made poison and disease way too underpowered. Disease is basically half a silence, and poison is basically just free buffs for troops. If you have a humility that just gets fed like crazy if you end up poisoning it, anything that has, what's that one word that most of them have in it? I take damage. I take damage. Every single one of these troops are amazing when they get poisoned. Cyclops, Stark Song, Dark Rider, Feldross, Garnock, Humility, Orc, Orc Veteran, and Summoner are all super strong, particularly Humility, when they end up getting poisoned. So, while that is only, like, what, I think not even 1% of the troops in the game, never mind, 2%. It's about 2% of the troops in the game, but still, they just become insane once they get poisoned. Humility basically gives a 50% chance to give 2 armor and 2 magic to every single ally if he's poisoned every single turn. It's more of a buff than even a negative. If there was a troop that could poison your entire team, like poison everything, all enemies and all allies, that troop would actually become amazing. It would almost be better than Web Spinner. Even if for 9 mana, that's all it did was poison your Humility. All you do is run like 2 Humilities with that troop, plus like a Draculus or something. Then you just instantly win because you would keep proccing poison and then just become powerful. It's actually why for the longest time before I was like maxing out everything, I actually deliberately didn't trait things like Giant Spider's final trait or Spider Queen's final trait. And also new players, you might want to not do this either. Like anything that has a poison on its final trait, the Venomous, you kind of want to avoid it because it's more of a negative trait than a positive trait. It's really weird. It's one of the few traits in the game that basically if you get it, it makes your troop weaker, not stronger. There's a lot of weird troops that have it on their last trait, which is their most expensive one anyways, so you might as well just avoid them. Because there are instances where they They won't really help you. They'll just help the enemy team. Let's see. One of the guild leaders has the OP dragon team. It's ridiculous and loops almost every time. But yeah, there are a lot of really strong dragon teams made out of the new legend that came in last week. I mean, the new mythic that came in last week. I have been enjoying him. He's probably one of my favorite mythics now. The World Breaker. He synergizes pretty well with all the various dragon teams. Where's my really big team with it? I have a couple of them set up right now. Empower Khorvash, Summon Daemon, Sunbird. I think it was this one. Yeah, what was this one? Oh yeah, this was the kind of guard's avatar version of the World Breaker. Similar premise of the team, just with more of a focus on the World Breaker, of course, with the hero in there just to make sure it keeps buffing, which is something that the other team didn't end up doing because you didn't need a hero to actually use it. This one does, but that's not too big a deal because it uses it pretty well. Okay, he gets a drain there, and that's not too big a deal though, as long as we can get our mana flowing, though that does not appear to be going. Just take some manas, I guess. Trying to get a mercy here. Doesn't seem like we're going to be able to land one. We could actually lose this pretty easily if we don't end up getting the mana we need. Take some greens, I guess. Trying to get a nice convert in the corner. Doesn't look like we'll be able to get it, though. We'll just go for Skull Poke. Get a burn. Nope, still nothing. Not really much we need to move around. I guess we just take a green, get the skulls next to each other. He'll go for a rag. And he helps us slightly. But there's no immediate extra turn off of the cast. I think I take this downwards, so we get them closer to each other. And there we go, perfect. So we get that down. And I think we won, barely. That kind of got sneaked in out of nowhere. But that does appear to be enough to get it going, so we'll do that. Hit the skull. Throw that down. Move that one down. How did we not get a skull in all that mess? Well, we still have enough damage, right? 36, yeah, because it hits at least one skull. There's no way that many explosions not going to hit one skull. And the board has like 12 on it. And now we just win. Throw that down for damage. Get a Hellcat down on whatever extra turns. How about on blue? You know what? I might as well just do it on yellow. Oh, you know what? I'll do it on blue. It's not as much mana, but it's enough to get him up. So I guess that's the only thing that really matters there. And down it goes. Oh yeah, no problem, Alucard. Oh yeah, it's pretty decent. The whole, yeah, I can go do something like that too. What particular one did you use? I can go use that as well. But yeah, the Crimson Bat into a Def, that used to be quite a common combo back when Def was in his prime, when he was basically the strongest he's ever been. Nowadays, he's not really used that often, but this is still a combo that works pretty well with it, because it utilizes his trait more than it uses his actual ability, so you can still get away with using it. Well, I guess we Giant Spider. Let me see. Is there anything else I could put there that actually feeds better into a keeper? Well, I guess there's Apothecary. The problem with that, though, is Apothecary is literally the exact same color. So I guess we just stick with that. It doesn't use yellow, but we could easily just use the +2 purple, +1 red banner. Though I kind of don't want to use that. Never mind. Never mind. Kind of want a double green. So we can go for a quick spider. Yeah. And I don't think there's any minus yellows that give us... Oh, no, there is. But it's not a +2 green, though. You know what? Oh, no, I can't. Because I can't put this Giant Spider in front of the Crimson Bat. The Crimson Bat must be in first slot for this to work. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go double green banner. There's not any minus banner that's going to work properly. We'll just go with that. Yeah, Merlantis banner would kind of work as far as the colors. I kind of want to go for the +2 on green. The only reason I'm specifically doing this is to make sure we get the spider up even quicker than what we normally would be able to do. So if we get at least one surge, boom, full mana. Okay, of course we wouldn't surge. Bye! But the whole point of doing what I switched the banner to was so we could get, if one of our greens were to surge, oh, of course it surges now, but if one of them were to do it prior, we would have 2-turned a Giant Spider. But at this point, all we have to do is this. And as we have a Def, it might not seem like he's doing much, but what he's actually doing is applying true damage every single turn. When fully traded, he steals 2 life from the first enemy, and this triggers at the beginning of your battle. So you basically perpetually, even if you haven't cast the Crimson Bat yet, have automatic 2x skull damage against the enemies. And one interesting thing about a Crimson Bat, when it is used as a skull-oriented troop, is it is the only troop currently in the entire game that can do 2x skull damage to every other troop in the game. There isn't a single thing that he cannot do 2x skull damage to, and he is unique in that feature. as nothing else currently has the capability. Not even any mythics have the capability of doing that, because his last 2 times here deals damage based on if they're wounded, and a wounded enemy is considered any enemy that's missing HP, and obviously every troop in the entire game can be missing HP, which is why he's able to hit everything. So like right here, if we take a skull, that's 60 damage right into it. I'm trying to see if we can do a double skull. Yeah, we do. Oh, I have no clue why I didn't go for it. That's a pretty obvious one, just sitting there. What do we have? Do we not have any drop? Doesn't look like it. We'll just go for green so we start getting that spider up. But what is with our unluckiness of not getting surges? I'm going to move the purple to the left and hope we get a green drop randomly. Don't get it, but at least we have a follow-up. And he does deny our keeper's souls. So I probably want to hold on my giant spider because my mana will just go right into the death. And we really have no interest in casting death, even though it's on our team. It's mainly just here for the purpose of cleaning up from Crimson Bat ability, and of course from giving, for the purpose of giving Crimson Bat 2x skull capability. So like right here, we can just go convert this out, and now he is super dead as long as we have any alignment whatsoever. And it looks like we have it on purple, and that's match. And that is way overkill with like 2 more skulls to go at minimum. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting combo. I don't personally use it that often though, particularly with how many entangles there are out of leshies and stuff like that. Scions can be annoying sometimes, but it's mainly the leshies. I think the main thing that kind of made me not really want to do that. Then, of course, the def itself. You don't really ever use it for its ability. You use it mainly for its trait these days. And using a troop specifically for its trait is okay, but I don't know. It just seems a little clunky using a troop literally only for the purpose of its trait, which is essentially what we're doing right now. It's not horrible, but it definitely could see better combos, that's for sure. Really wish they would tweak it more in the future. One thing I wish they would really do is they keep tweaking his value like very, very slightly. They need to just up his boost ratio based on HP. At minimum, make it a 2-to-1. 1-to-1 would probably be a bit too strong with everything it does, but yeah, they could easily make it 2-to-1 and it wouldn't really make him overpowered at all. It would also make it so people would actually armor buff with him. That's kind of one of the points with him. I mean, not armor buff, I mean HP buff. Kind of one of the points with him is to go and get a bunch of HP so you do more damage. But his boost ratio is so small that you basically have no point in feeding him additional HP. There are still some builds that do it, like with an aerial and stuff like that. But I don't know, they're just way too random to really bother with compared to other options that exist. Especially that Bull Taurus has a 1-to-1 and stuff like that, as far as its boost ratio for the same stat. Okay, we'll go for a green surge here. Get that up. Oh no, it didn't surge, and he's gonna get Skull Poke to steal all my mana. Should've just threw it. Well, at least we have the passive automatic 2x skull damage. That is a little bit annoying though, because now we won't be able to get our full mana on our spider, which will delay us some. Well, there goes Famine as well. I think we're actually gonna lose this battle. There we go. Keep her out of nowhere. Unfortunately, we lost our Crimson Bat, so that loses quite a bit of our value. We can still win off of what we have remaining. But it does look like he's just going to drain spam us to death. I think I go for the skull here, so we will go for that. Can't really get a really nice skull spam in, and he's going to get the drain. Green's not going to bother at the moment. Just get the skulls back up. And can we take it? Or is he going to drain us? Yep, he goes for the drain. And I believe that is matched. Let's see, can we get it back up for a 3rd time? Yes, we can. Can we actually use it, though? Getting pretty unlucky here. What do we even throw it on? I guess brown. So we'll do that. Get our pokes. Surprised that didn't kill, but the spider does have a pretty low damage output. There we go. That's what you're supposed to do, except with a Crimson Bat that tears apart the entire team. Oh, you also get white off of fully traded, what's his name? Keeper of Souls. Doesn't really help us much, though. It doesn't really synergize into what we currently have, but hey, might as well. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Not a Famine. Why? Okay, we'll take a skull so we can hopefully get... yep, there we go, perfect. And, yep, now we win. Can't really lose at this point. We have everything we really need to win. Do we take blue? Do we need to take blue? You're blocking the blues. Okay, we'll take it. One nice thing about white is it actually does gain souls now. Actually, this has been like this for a while now, probably over a year now. But he didn't always used to gain souls, and he does now. So we can do that for some soul gain. There we go. Now we have 48 out of 80. And Skull Poke. And how is this not won yet? Mana Drain. For the lose. But there we go. Yeah, Mana Drain's still very annoying. I don't think that's ever going to change unless they actually do, like, something that actually has immune to it. Like, one specific trait that doesn't go on Impervious, but Maybe something like also applying it to silence, who knows? I don't know. But it has been discussed before, and they ended up concluding that they weren't going to do it. But I don't know, I think they should reconsider. Mana drain, I don't know, it's really potent. They have to be really careful what they actually add immune to mana drain on, but they need to add it to something. It's just way too annoying of a status or ailment, I don't know what you would call that, effect, to really not address. Quick question, when farming for stones in Explorer, is there a high drop chance for more rare trait stones if you play on higher difficulties? No. It used to be the case that the rarity, or I mean, yeah, no. The bottom line is no. What it used to be the case is the chance of you getting a trait stone used to be based on the difficulty you did, but now they made it a 100% chance to gain a trait stone after every single battle, and because of that, there is absolutely zero effect whatsoever on your trait stone based on your difficulty. The only thing that has any effect on your trait stone is if it is played in Explorer or not, and if it is, I mean, yeah, never mind. If it's played in Explorer or not, and it gets these bonuses. You have 2 times the chance for Runics, 3 times the chance for Arcanes and Celestials. That's the only thing that ever changes it. Difficulty has no effect. Playing it on Normal and playing on Warlord 4 would yield the exact same result as far as trait stone. So yeah, just play them. If you're specifically looking to only farm trait stones, you would mainly just play it on Normal, maybe Hard, maybe Warlord 1 if you're soul farming while doing it simultaneously. But for the most part, I generally just play it on Normal if I'm going for trait stone farming Explorers. Yeah, that's basically the easiest way to do it, because there's no additional benefit from having the difficulty set. So double green banner better than Merlantis one? I don't know, it depends what you're trying to do with the team. The main reason I'm doing double green is just to rush the Giant Spider. If you're not interested in rushing the Giant Spider, what you're currently doing is probably fine with the Merlantis. You can still rush it with a +1 green. It just goes for a quicker start, because if you have a high surge chance on green, I don't know what your current surge thingy is, but mine is currently at 62%. So we can basically have a pretty good chance that if we take 2 greens, we are going to surge on at least one of them. And because of that, I just set it to +2 green. So that would ensure that within 2 of them, if one doesn't surge and one does surge, that would ensure us we get a 2-turn Giant Spider. That's the whole reason why I have it under green. If you have like a 50% or less chance to surge on green, I'd probably stick with what you're currently doing, which is the Merlantis banner. But if you have like 55+% on green surge, yeah, just switch it to a +2 green. I feel like would be a little bit better just to rush it up a bit quicker. But yeah, if anyone else has any other questions, team build you want me to mess around with, anything of the such, or if you need help building teams, let me know, and we'll go over them. Let's see. Take some reds, see if we can get a Mercy on this board. Nice. We do indeed have it. That gives us a Hellcat, which we have alignment for as well. Very nice. Do we have full mana? Yes, we do. No, we don't. Never mind. Well, that would be enough. Apparently not. And I don't believe we have a drop either, so we'll just take that. Get a little poke on him. Oh, that's also not enough, because he's blocking. Such a blocker. What do we even go for here? I guess I just go for the red so he stops blocking. So we go straight into the mana. We'll take whatever. We explode, and now we just win. If we could just land this Hellcat. Yep, there we go. We won. That's match. Throw that in. And one last little blow. And oh, that's not enough damage. 2 damage off. If only there was one more yellow alive. How do we do 2 damage to you? I guess we just take a yellow and throw it at anything. Oh, come on. 1 damage short. I mean, 1 mana short. Well, there we go. And down it goes. No problem, Alucard. Hey, we got a defend win. I don't know why we've been getting so many defend wins today. They've been cutting out of nowhere. Completely out of nowhere. Okay, Mercy. We got 1 pair out of it. Not worth it. Move that up. Take the reds over. Take the blue over. It's going to have such a high stats by the time we finish and actually get our turn. Move that over. Get our Hellcat on the yellow there. I mean green. And... do I Mercy? It doesn't go into him, so I think the answer is no. He'll get some mana out of it if he goes for it. Not that big a deal, though. We'll throw that down. 41 damage. Very nice. Because of all the extra turns we've been getting. And we do not have a Mercy follow-up. We get some mana out of it, but only some is all we get. Hellcat. Yes, we can do that. So we'll throw that for green. That'll get almost our mana up. A little bit short. I think we let him Mercy here. Because he gives us... oh, no, he didn't go for it. He would have gave us a extra turn over here. I guess I still leave it as is. Let me go take like a red or something. I need to take it in a way that doesn't... Oh, never mind. I can't take either of them. Okay, I'm just going to take a random brown over here. I don't think that gives him... Oh, it does give him something. Okay, is there anything I can take that doesn't give him a good Mercy? There we go. I'll take that. And... yeah, there's still no alignment. So we'll just throw it on. So he'll... Why is neither person done? I mean, using Mercy. He held it for so long, and we still don't have any alignment for it. I was trying to lure him into doing a bad move with Mercy. He didn't fall for it, though. Oh, there we go. That's what he gets for not using Mercy. Question. If you had a fully traded Sunbird on your team, the opponent had a fully traded Arenas, whose Storm would summon when one of your team dies? I believe it would be Arenas, because the way that traits work in Gems of War is they trigger in priority from top left to bottom right. So the order of which traits trigger in is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So whoever is over here will be triggering their trait first, and then go to their 2nd, 3rd, or I just said it already, but yeah, so basically everything on your team would always trigger their traits before the enemy. So in that case, I would assume that the enemy would be able to get the Storm. You can particularly see this whenever you use a Queen Mab plus Khorvash. For example, if you have a Khorvash up front in 1st slot, and you have a Queen Mab, let's just say, in 3rd, if you can actually get a stun and a freeze on a troop that is immune to freeze. The reason for this is the stun triggers first, because it's first in your slot. But if you do it in reverse order, and have your Queen Mab in front of your Khorvash, you actually would not be able to get the freeze off, because the freeze would trigger first, because Queen Mab is in first, then your Khorvash, wherever it is behind it, would trigger its stun. So it would not freeze, but it would stun. But if you have your Queen Mab below it, it would stun and freeze. It's actually one of the reasons, I believe, why they gave Khorvash the leadership trait, to make sure that it could be used in those combinations, to encourage people to use it in 1st slot. Because if you used, for example, Khorvash in last slot, and you had a troop that could play stas effects on extra turns, let's say they had immune to poison, and you had like Uriali who can poison all of them, well, if that Uriali's in front of your Khorvash, and you try getting that stun, they would get the immunity to the poison before this stun would hit, instead of having it the other way around. But yeah, that's basically how all traits order. It's pretty irrelevant in almost every single battle knowing that, but that is the order in which traits trigger. Same way that they come in at the beginning. It follows that same pattern. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Oops, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And I don't think anything really defies that pattern. So if two things ever trigger at the same time, that's basically what will happen. Alright, we'll just move that down. Take the Skull Poke. Mercy. Why can we never get a Mercy? The last 2 battles have been completely dry on Mercy casts. I can't even take a red because he gets stunned the second I take it, because of who it's going into. I almost just passed my turn right here. There's nothing we could really do. Actually, for the next few turns, we won't really have much to do. Hopefully we can Skull Poke or do something to kill that. It needs to go. Alright, we'll just go take a little bit more manas. Still no Mercy. Not really getting many of its colors on the board, which is one of the issues. We're almost gonna get him to full mana before we even get anything into Hellcat at this point. Yeah, we are. We almost filled all of his mana before that actually landed. We have an issue here. How do I go about this? I guess I take green and hope he doesn't get drained too hard. He's gonna get silence on us though, and there's no way for us to really get around. Too bad we weren't still using Bard class. Bard actually does have immune to silence. Doesn't come into play much, but it would against the silent one, that is for sure. Okay, he's gonna get that down. Not much I can do about that. We're gonna have to just delay and hopefully get a Skull Poke. I need that to go down already. There we go. One of them already cleansed. Not really a useful one, but oh well, better than nothing. There's our poke to go kill it, so at least we got that out the way. He will start silencing us now on his skulls. I don't think this could be as big of an issue though. Let's move that over. Move this. He'll get Oh, come on. He's gonna get Khorvash. I don't think we have a way around that. Yeah, there's no way around it. We'll just go for that. Okay. Oh, come on. Because it killed it. The drained into the next one. Sure. We can actually lose this now. We're going to lose to a Jotnar Khorvash. Actually, he hasn't even gotten a single Jotnar, though when he does, oh, that won't even be that much damage. It's 31 damage, assuming he has no shields, which would only kill our Hellcat. And actually, it wouldn't, because if we get this Mercy off, it won't have enough damage to do so. Hopefully, we can finally get a Mercy. It's going to silence it right there. Now we definitely have the Mercy, and we do finally have alignment. So we'll take that. See if we can get a Hellcat anywhere is useful. Other than on yellow would be great. Though if that's our only choice, it looks like we're going for it. Because we need to use it on something at this point. So we will throw that down. Get that going. Move this one over. Gold Poke. I can't take because it has a barrier right now. So we'll throw that first. Let him poke us. That'll hit on the barrier. And now we can just poke it back. And where to move, where to move. I guess we'll just move it up. There we go. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Even got Demonic Pack. Poke it again. He'll get another Khorvash. He doesn't actually kill though, so he doesn't get the leakage of the drain. Oh, we get another Mercy. Try for trying to line it. Nope, we didn't get anything. And it just pokes us for basically nothing because it hit barrier. What do we move? What do we move? Guess we just move the red over. Try for Skull. Don't get it. He goes Khorvash. Don't have any Mercy alignment. We could try making some. That doesn't actually give us mana we need, but I'm going to try it. Nope, didn't get it. Come on, Mercy. There we go, finally. A little late, though. Very, very, very late. I can move that up. Get our manas, get a nice poke. Do we have any alignment now? Almost. Maybe he'll drop it for us. We'll throw that down. There we go, exactly what we needed. And now I just need to get the last little bit of our manas. Any good drops here? Oh, we could try for a brown extra turn. We'll try that. Oh, no, we didn't get it. Oh, yeah, we did. Not the one I was trying for. I was trying for the lower one, but I guess that works. Red. Yeah, we just take that down. That's full mana. That's match. Oh, Jotnar with his barrier, trying to be all safe. All you have to do is poke him with anything, though, at this point. And that will be match. Yeah, trigger maps are pretty bad at the moment. They're really only good for early game players who need early game resources to basically catch up from leveling too much. That's the only purpose they currently serve. They are going to be looked at and buffed in the future. That may come in not next patch, but the patch after next patch. They have not confirmed when that'll actually be coming, but I'd assume at the earliest it would be that time. But we'll just have to wait and see. They have mentioned it, so it is indeed something that they are going to be implementing. Just a matter of when. They also said the friends list. They are going to be doing something with that. They were asked about it, and they were like, yeah, we're still doing something with it. When they'll get around to it, who knows? It's been there for like a year and a half now, but hopefully they'll finally add like some kind of maybe the ability to battle your friends or something. Also, Jotnar's completely trolling us right now. I think it's because I keep saying that he's so bad that he's just wanting to infinitely barrier on us right now. How on earth is he still alive? I need a blue or a green, and I can't take this green because he ruins the whole. It ruins the whole setup we have up there. So I'm just gonna take this lower yellow. It looks like. Come on, I need a green or blue that isn't this green. I guess I'll take that yellow. At least give us a dawn, and he still has a barrier. Throw that down. Brown to a yellow. Would that land? Still can't take that because he gains barrier if I do. There we go. Except we don't really gain much of a benefit from it. And down he goes. That battle took way too long than it should have. Wow. Would you recommend forging Dawnbringer or Xenos first? Dawnbringer. Definitely Dawnbringer. That's after testing both of them and seeing what they can actually do. That is 110% a Dawnbringer. The mythic that they ended up adding is near useless. Dawnbringer is currently the strongest weapon in the entire game. The strongest weapon in Arena. It's basically just free souls and trophies. Really easy. You can gain the highest amount of trophies in the game, and if you have 0 Fairish Raws, it's also the highest amount of souls per hour, as well as the highest amount of trophies per hour. Playing Arena with a Dawnbringer. It is very broken there right now. That'll probably be fixed in the near future, but definitely use it while you can. You can farm up a lot of resources there while you have the chance. If you get 4 to 5 times matches of the green or red chests in Treasure Hunt, you should get better rewards from that. You get vaults with 4 red chests and get like nothing. Yeah, it does devalue the resources that you actually do quite a bit. It's one of the slightly annoying parts about Treasure Hunt, is you have to basically decide, do you want to claim the reward you currently have based on the chests, or do you combine them and try playing out the maps? For example, if you have like a bunch of red chests on the board and you only have like 5 turns left, do not combine them into vaults. You're actually going to lose your value. Unless you're like 15 in and you have like a 4 times red vault sitting there, then you can go like, yeah, we'll go take that because we still have plenty of time to get more stuff onto the board. But yeah, the best way to almost yield resources from Treasure Hunt is almost just to rush through them as quickly as possible, because between 4 times speed and the fact of how the more resources you combine together, the less those resources technically are. There's more resources on the entire board, but 4 times bags are not as much as like a chest. Not even 3 times bag as much as a chest. Every single time you combine them, it's technically less resources, but the overall board has more resources. But if you're close to the end of a board, you don't really want to combine them because you're not going to be able to get enough more resources onto the board to make up for the value that you're losing. Sure, I can go answer your question. Sorry, what did you end up mentioning? I got buried between all the other questions. What's the max on Gem Mastery? Notice that you don't get it when you level up. Oh, you can only go up to level 1000, I believe. 1001, I forget which one they cut it out off at, is the cap at which you stop gaining Hero Mastery. My Hero Mastery is a little bit weird. Oops, that's not where you go for Hero Mastery. My Hero Mastery is a little bit weird than compared to what you might see on a normal player, because I am the only person insane enough to have put literally every single purple mastery I have ever gotten through every single possible level into purple. I am not aware of any person who has bothered doing this into purple. Actually, I don't even know if any person has bothered doing this into any color, let alone purple. But yeah, we ended up doing that. And it kind of paid off. There's actually quite a bit of fun purple teams that we now have a slightly lower percent on. Overall, this is not good to do, because I believe we'd have around 63 to almost 64% chance on all of them if we wouldn't have put it all on this. But since we put it all on this, we have like a 66.6666 or something, somewhere around there. Percent chance to surge on purple, basically 2/3, but we have a slightly less percent chance to surge on all the other colors. Overall, it would actually been better just keeping them all even. I just chose to do this because why not? But yeah, this is basically my masteries right now, is as max you can get them. Most endgame players are around 63% all, maybe 64. And if you put all of them into one, you're basically 62.5% on all of them, with a 66 repeating on whatever color you end up going all in on. But yeah, my mastery is a little bit weird because of that. But yeah, you stop gaining them at level 1000 is when you stop gaining the hero mastery thingies. So you never get any more from there. Not sure if they're going to rework that into the future. Probably whenever they readdress the whole hero thing, they're probably going to almost overhaul the entire mastery system, because it's pretty dated. It was added when the game was first started and expanded a little bit like a year after, but it was never really touched much from there other than just raising the level cap without actually raising basically anything that you get mastery-wise. They were afraid to make the mastery too strong, because initially when the game released, they did have a different formula for it that made it really powerful. But what was weird was they nerfed the formula, but they also nerfed the amount of masteries that you end up getting by putting a cap on how many you could ever get, which is weird, because the way that they nerfed the formula, they could literally give us 1 million mastery. It would make very little difference. I believe they have it so it curves up to, I think, 85%, I think it was, or somewhere around 80. Or was it 72? I don't remember. But before, it used to curve up to 100%. You wouldn't get anywhere near there with the amount of masteries that were available in the game. But with the same masteries I have now, we would be at like 75-ish% surge chance or something like that. Whereas now the cap is somewhere around basically that 75. So with the current amount of masteries we have now, it's only like 64% heading up towards that cap. But they end up changing the formula. So now, even if you had several million masteries in a single one, which obviously way impossible, it would only cap at like 75-ish, even if they were to do that. Obviously, that would never be even feasible to even get that close. Realistically, it would raise the cap to about 70% if they ever add more mastery to the game in any way, shape, or form in the current system that exists. I don't think they ever will. They'll probably just overhaul the whole system, because it kind of does need some updating. Masteries in general are kind of irrelevant once you reach every single weapon in the game. After you get every weapon, you have almost no point in ever using masteries ever again. They become kind of irrelevant. You just keep spreading them among everything evenly, and then just go from there. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for tonight. We will be back tomorrow morning, same time as always, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always as well, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, to do our standard Guild Wars, answering questions, and just some quick dungeons and all that stuff. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend this weekend. No new updates coming to Gems of War until this Monday, though we did just get access to the closed beta last night, so it does look like there's a good chance we are indeed getting the next patch prior to Christmas and all the holidays, so that's really nice. We'll see exactly what that will end up bringing. Mainly, of course, as we already know, it's mainly just going to be bringing UI changes, but we'll see what else it ends up including as well. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Thank you so much for coming down. Have a wonderful weekend, have a wonderful night, and I will see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.